Dharma, popular word. Dharma is a Buddhist word, meaning, basic meaning, teachings of Buddha, like that. And Dharma is like medication, like medicine for mind. We, sentient beings, and enlightened ones and awakened ones are confused, and people minds are very complicated. Lots of thinking, lots of emotions, conflicting emotions, vexations, clashes, daydreaming, like memorizing what happened in the past, thinking about past events, worrying about future events, like that. This is the human mind. Also negative emotions like states of hatred, or anger, or jealousy, bullying, or envy, greed, like attachment, aversion, all like this. And all these conflicting emotions are expressed through thinking, like that. So we are thinking various things, and our thoughts are taking away our awareness from reality, from this reality. We think, and think. We are taught from childhood to be able to think a lot. More you think, more you learn. More you learn, better job you get. Better job you get, more money you earn, and more well off you will be, and more happier. And if you have the greatest amount of money and luxurious life, worldly people say, you will be the happiest in the world. This is the idea about happiness. So happiness is no happiness, and it is rather suffering. Wealth and material knowledge, intellectual knowledge, like knowledge of scientists, philosophers, psychiatrists, sociologists, psychologists. Those people are they cannot say they are happy people. They attain happiness, everlasting happiness. They cannot say that. They are probably, some of them are probably more unhappy than ordinary folk. Like that. So Buddha, when he attained enlightenment, awakening, when he was awake, he was teaching about his enlightenment as remedy, medication for our ignorance, for our attachment to I, my, me, mind. I, this attachment. And also pleasure and vexations, anger, hatred, and other emotions, conflicting emotions, especially greed, because we like this. We don't like part with this. We like more and more to acquire more and more wealth. And people bank accounts grow constantly. So Dharma, medicine for mind thinking. But what is Dharma? There are many explanations of what is Dharma given in the scriptures by Chan masters, Zen masters, Tibetan lamas, Theravadan monks. Many descriptions of what is Dharma. There is a famous story about the monk and master. The monk was practicing Dharma. He was memorizing prayers, ceremonies. Later he was circumambulating stupas, temples. Later he was reading earnestly, and finally he was meditating for a long time, keeping perfect posture, following the breath, various techniques of meditation. And each time master came and passing by was asking him, why don't you study Dharma? Why don't you practice Dharma? And finally the monk asked the teacher, tell me, what do you mean by why don't I practice Dharma? So teacher or master teacher took him to garden and he pointed him by finger. Look, they are growing cucumbers and those are cabbages. Who are you now? He asked this question. And student was surprised. He didn't know what to say, and he just took off, and master returned to his room. This is a Dharma, also the explanation, one of the explanations of Dharma. What is Dharma? Dharma is exactly what ignorant people don't like. Only seekers, true seekers, like Dharma. Ignorant people, they don't like Dharma. They get angry when true Dharma is spoken. When somebody tells them try to practice Dharma, they don't want to do it. They run away. They say, this is stupid, you are stupid, go away, like that. So one master said to his disciple, don't talk about Dharma to ignoramuses, because they turn off your body to pieces. This is also one of the explanations of Dharma. So, we are ordinary people, and minds are afflicted by conflicted emotions. We are ignorant, we don't see, don't hear, we only think. We are thinking a lot, and we know a lot of knowledge about many things, maybe about Dharma too. People, big books great scholars, Buddhist scholars. They know everything about sutras, about shastras, about dharma, and they are just repeating the words of the other people. They don't know their own words of dharma, like that. So Buddha, Siddhartha, when he saw a morning star on the sky, he got Satori, enlightenment. It was written that when he attained enlightenment, Satori, he said, wonderful, wonderful, I and all beings, all people, and whole earth simultaneously attain awakening, enlightenment. The way. The way means Tao or Buddhahood, like that. So his thinking and his confusion, vexations disappeared in his mind. He was using thoughts and words, but he was not attached to words and thoughts and thinking. He was seeing by eye what to see, hearing by ear what to hear, like that. Like that. He found freedom, peace. He found himself in state of samadhi, constant samadhi, not samadhi, impermanent samadhi, but permanent samadhi. In all situations, in all activities, after enlightenment and some further practice, he found himself in permanent samadhi. And he was eating, walking, sitting, pissing, sitting, sleeping. He was in samadhi. His mind was at rest. No thinking, no attachment to thoughts and words. He was seeing and hearing, and he was mindful of what he sees, what he hears, what he tastes, what he touches, what he smells, what he thinks about. He was mindful of thoughts, and he was not a slave of thinking anymore, like ordinary people are slaves of thinking. They think, thinking non-stop. Only when they sleep at night they don't think. When they wake up in the morning, immediately thinking. Immediately they recollect the past days of things which took place years ago. Somebody told them bad things about them, and they are thinking about those things, like that. And sometimes somebody hurts them by body action, or somebody beat them up, or somebody spat at them, or told them that they are ugly or something. They are losers, or some bullies or something at school. And they are now adult people, and as adults they are thinking, recollecting non-stop, recollecting the previous, maybe 20 years ago, what happened to them 20 or 30 years ago. They still recollect recollect this memory, is working, memorizing these events from the past, which passed away long ago. Like that. This is the problem of thinking, and the Dharma takes away thinking. Like that. It doesn't mean that you don't think, but your thinking is down to earth. You think in natural, ordinary thinking, everyday mind thinking, not philosophical thinking, not thinking like scientific inquiries, some cognizing physics, mathematics, chemistry, or medicine, inventing new medications, thinking about these things non-stop. Sometimes they lose their mind, these people. Too much thinking makes them crazy. Crazy scientists, like that. So Buddha, when he got enlightened, he solved his problem with suffering and ignorance. He was depressed for a long time, paranoid, attacked by maras, by demonic, paranoid delusions, hallucinations of all kinds. But it passed away, passed over, and he was set free. He set free himself from ignorance, from prison of thoughts and concepts, and he was practicing religions of his time, Hinduism, Jainism, other religions, Brahmanism. But he figured out that all these religions are just words, are thinking. They are just construct of thought constructs. They didn't set him free from anything, any just problem which he was afraid of dying, afraid of old age, sickness, and repeated birth. And those religions were rather talking about metaphysical philosophies, and about God, but they were not clear who is God or what is the reality of liberated state as they proposed in their teachings. So he just gave up on those religions, masters he learned it from, and he sat on the Bodhi tree and he was meditating, thinking, recollecting, considering various things, and many things he discovered through meditation, contemplation meditation, thinking, contemplation meditation. And when he got awakening, looking at the northern star, his thinking contemplation transformed into intuitive contemplation. He was contemplating the world like some people contemplate abstract art as surrealistic art, like that. It is a good comparison, Dharma to art, fine arts, especially abstract art, like that. Abstract art, surrealistic art, impressionism, expressionism, or contemporary art. When Buddha started to teach, he taught about Four Noble Truths. Later he taught about mind, vexations. Later he taught about enlightenment. His famous sermon with rising the flower was the essence of his teaching, of his whole teaching. Was sermon when he supposed to speak to 1,200 or 1,200 assembled people, monks and laymen. And he was supposed to talk about Dharma, but he was sitting silent for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, said nothing. He just, after 20 minutes, he just showed the flower like this. Rose the flower, said nothing. "1,200 people were ignorant. They didn't know what Buddha means. Only one man, Mahakasyapa, realized. He smiled and his eyes and eyes of Buddha met, and Buddha told that he transfers Dharma to him, to Mahakasyapa. And Mahakasyapa became first patriarch of Buddha teaching in the world after Buddha dies. And later Mahakasyapa was teaching and he's left Dharma to next successor, and it is succession of disciples when Dharma survived to these days, to nowadays.